Good day or evening whenever you guys are seeing this. This is Joy's Oblivion, Marty from DiceDevils.com. I just wanted to give you guys a look at the latest project I'm working on. I have decided to start playing 40k again, and I wanted to start with a new army and a new look, so I chose Tau. These models, coming from Flames of War and War Machine lately, they seem fairly expensive, but I do love the sculpts. They amazing looking models, and I wanted to make them go as far as I could. So I wanted to magnetize them. Now, some of you are thinking magnets can be a bit tricky, whatnot. They're really not. Once you get into it and figure out a little bit of work and do a little bit of homework, they can be great and very easy and makes your models go a lot farther than what you'd normally think. So with that, I'm going to show you what I did and quickly how I did it. Because again, it's really easy and it can make your $30 a model go a lot farther in the end. So what I'll take a look at is I have, first of all, a regular crisis suit. This one wasn't converted at all. It was just normal model, assembled straight out of the GW book. But what I did is, you can see in that arm, and I'm sorry about the focusing here, this thing's not working that great. I've put in both arms, as well as the top. I've put 4 magnets in the model. Reason being for that is because I wanted to be able to have multiple weapon options for it. And I can't afford to buy 20 crisis suits to have all the different weapon options. So, with those 4 magnets in place, I then reversed the polarity and did some weapon options. So yeah, I have a lot more than I'm going to need right now. However, the plan is to make a whole bunch so that way I don't have to worry about doing this for every time I buy crisis suits. I can just buy some and have them ready to go on the weapons. And obviously just paint them up. So what I did is I did a bunch of burst cannons, I did some flamethrowers, plasma rifles, a couple of big burst cannons off the tank, just because I think they look pretty badass on some of the models, especially in the shoulder mount, which you'll see soon. Missile pods, they're phenomenal, and the lovely tank killing fusion guns. So with that said, here's a really quick way of how I did it. I will grab one of the models that's already done and show you. So this little thing right here, you can see it fairly easily. I think this thing's not focusing that well, but there we go. So you see a magnet in the middle. Now, magnets are easy to put in place because, well, they're small. I use magnets of this size. Let's see that. These are, I believe, 1/8 of an inch by, I know they're 1/8 of an inch, but I think they're 1/4 of an inch, or maybe a little bit less than that. Maybe, I don't know, anyway, I'm going to say 1/4 of an inch. Anyway, they fit about perfect for the crisis suits. If you're going to do other armies, they might need to be a little bit smaller or bigger depending on what you're doing. So with that in mind, I looked at the piece, figured out where I wanted the magnet, which basically corresponds to where I would normally glue onto the model. With that in mind, I took a sharp pointy object. I used a very high-tech piece of device called a safety pin. And I basically just poked a hole right where I wanted the model to get pinned. Simple as that. But that what it did is it gave me a guide on where I will start, well, let's see, there we go, where I'll start drilling with a 1/8 bit. Because without the guide hole, your bit tends to slide a bit over as you're sinking into the model, and then your hole might not end up in the right place. So a very quick little dab with that, and it makes the drilling a lot simpler. Then you literally drop a bit of super glue into it and drop the magnet in. With the magnets I used, you have to be very careful that you don't go all the way through. I did leave the weapon mount on the other side where it would mount in the skin onto the suit, just because it hides the hole a little bit if the one goes through. You can see on this one I briefly punched a hole in it, so I had to, I'll cover that up with liquid green stuff later. So, on to the cool stuff. Now, we've got the one crisis suit there. I'll take him, use him as a quick example. So, normal game starts, you want whatever you want your tank to be a tank killer. So, you just literally snap the magnets onto it. I've done left and right, so that way you can have a choice. You don't have to, you can do them all to one side, but for me, I like it that way. So there we go, it snaps on right in place. Now you've got a crisis suit with fusion guns. Also, you can throw missile pods on the shoulders, quite easily enough, and then swap them all around as you see fit. I also did a few multi-trackers. This is kind of before I read the book and realized all the suits come with them, but you can even use them to cover up the magnet holes on the crisis suits that don't get 4 weapon options, or shield generators or whatnot, or on commanders. So basically that's it. I'll show you quickly on the other ones. The crisis suits I find are a little bit boring when you leave them normal, so I just did a little bit of conversions on them, just repositioned the legs slightly, but still staying within the normal model, didn't do anything there. The arm though I did cut and reposition, just to make it a little bit more dynamic, and the other one I left normal. Same with this one, cut and reposition one arm, and legs outstretched. And this one I have kind of in a, he's going to be my used counts as commander until I sink $50 into the new model. And I figured I want to have him flying, so he's a little bit taller than everyone else, with one arm upstretched, which kind of looks badass with pretty much any weapon option on there. So, you know, you just snap one of the plasma rifles on there, it looks damn badass. Sorry if that's foul language. You guys can judge for yourself. So there we go. 2 plasma rifles, he's ready to go. Throw whatever you want on them, they work with anything. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. I don't want to make this too long, mainly because you're probably bored of hearing my voice. So that's Magneting 101, very simple. If anyone wants a quick tutorial on how to without everything already done, let me know, because I have more stuff to do, and I don't mind doing a quick little bit of info on it. I'll also take some pictures of this so you can see it with a little bit better clarity on some of the things, because I know the video isn't the greatest. I'm using a smartphone, don't have the greatest setup, but it works for my needs. So hope you guys all enjoyed this, and if you want more pictures, info on that, check out dicedevils.com. Also check out our forums where there'll be more talk and discussion. You can ask me questions there. Again, I'm Joyce Oblivion on there. And you can find out anything you want, ask me questions, and really do whatever you want. I will show you some pictures coming up of painted stuff. Right now everything's in base coat and primer mode. I've got 1 drone painted. That's it. So the color scheme I think looks pretty rockin', and hopefully it'll transfer over to the bigger stuff quite soon. And I don't know if you guys caught the thing there, but I've got a Riptide still ready to go, and it's going to be my treat after I build all the little tiny stuff. So Joyous Oblivion saying goodbye, and thanks for looking, guys. Any questions, let me know.